Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, guys? We are here back on the studio. And guys, check this out, guys. Check it out. We have a wrestler today, guys. Everybody, please welcome Sean Lau.
Be loud. Be proud.
This guy is a local wrestler here in Amarillo, Texas, and actually one of the top wrestlers here. He's actually very popular around here. I didn't even know that. Whenever I went to one of his events, I was like, "Get loud!" What does it go? Be loud.
Be loud. Be proud.
I'm like, oh, y'all are loud.
And just so you know, he's just being modest. I don't consider myself up there yet, but we'll see in the future.
He's real good, I promise you. No, it was okay. So Sean, check this out. So obviously we've known about each other since college. You know what I'm saying? And then
yes,
yeah, that's how we met. We were in college. We were just kind of we weren't like best friends yet. We were just associated with each other because we went to the same. How do I say we had the same
like some of the same
circle.
Interests.
Yeah,
like same circle of friends, and
right.
we did some of the same activities as well, like going to some of the ministries on campus.
Yes. So and then that's when you introduced me to Paul. Remember Paul? The good man Paul, yeah. And then that's when we moved in over there. It was really fun out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you talked to that man?
Yes. He was actually the officiant for our wedding.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was great to see him again.
Congratulations!
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
How long ago was that? Like you got married? Yeah.
June 10th of 2023.
2023. A year ago? Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a little bit over a year, and I'm still happily married.
Shout out to you, Brandy. That's cool, man. I'm happy. You know what shocked me is just that I remember just seeing you doing some amateur wrestling, and you just popped, and I was like, "Whoa, where is this coming from?" You know what I mean? I was kind of surprised because I didn't think you were gonna go that route. So I'm really happy for you, man. I had no clue you were gonna start, doing shows and getting booked, and yeah, you're doing good, man. I'm happy for you, man. I really am.
Yeah, and I'll let you know too that even during the times in college, I didn't think I was actually gonna be a wrestler myself. But if you want, we can also get to that subject as well.
Yeah, man. College was a blur, to be honest.
Was it?
To me, it was.
Yeah, it was actually. I've definitely had ups and downs with college. I've had some low times, deep depression, and then I've had some high times too. But for the most part, it was just getting what you need done, and then seeing what you can do with what you've learned.
So, Sean, what is your what is your wrestler name again?
The Asian. Well, it depends on which persona that you want to go by. Yes. So the one I mainly use is the Asian warrior Sean Lau. Now, if you get me to the point where I'm gonna have to hurt the person rather than just be competitive, I also have this darker persona known as the Shadow Dragon Lau.
Okay, nice, man, nice. I remember when I first went to the event. I've never been to what's it called? The place. What's it called?
So the name of the venue is called the WrestlePlex.
WrestlePlex.
A few promotions have run through there. Top of Texas Pro Wrestling, and then currently it is Outcast Extreme Wrestling.
Okay.
It is run by Chuy Martinez.
Okay. Shout out to you, my man. It's dude. I've heard of it, but I've never been to one, and I've always wanted to go. I don't have the friends that watch or do any wrestling idea, right? And so I remember like, dude, I'm just gonna go. So that's when I hit you up. I was like, hey, when is it? What time? Blah blah. We have this event. You should check it out. And I was like, all right, cool. So
I was glad to see you there too. I've been trying to get part of what we do is we try to promote too, and we try to reach out to at least the Panhandle area, let them know that we exist, and there are times where I'm like thinking, okay, who on my friends list like wrestling? And so I was kind of hoping that you'd be one of those, because I know you and I have talked about wrestling at some point too before.
Yeah, of course. I grew up with all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not like crazy hardcore big on it like how I used to be, but I still keep up with it. Like for example, the professional wrestling on TV. I watch it all the time, man. That's cool. I mean, competitors, and I do watch it. You know what I'm saying? Highlights, I still watch it. You know what I'm saying? The rundowns, I still watch all that. But I never got to experience a live wrestling event like, anywhere, and I've always wanted to go.
Not even a WWE event.
Never been to one. And I figured, well, they have them here. I might as well check them here out. And like I said, I was actually really impressed because everybody was engaged, and I was engaged in all the matches, and I was actually very impressed. I really liked it, man. I really enjoyed it. And I'm kind of happy for you, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. You know
Yeah, and I hope to see you back sometimes too. Maybe you can even train to be a wrestler with us.
I'm training to be a comedian. I don't know if I can do all that. I'm not really trying to do.
I mean, yeah, take lessons from you.
I tried comedy the other day, and I was like, this is awful. I'm not doing this. But anyways, no, dude, I'm actually really happy for you, man. So starting from the beginning, dude, what got you into watching wrestling when you were a kid and teenager?
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
so I was about probably 10 years old.
Uh-huh.
I didn't grow up with cable, and my mom had worked the night shifts. So one of the last things that I would watch before heading to bed on a Thursday night was whatever was on WB or UPN. And so while my mom was getting ready for work, she would usually have it on UPN SmackDown. I will admit, at first, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of bored with this. But then you see how the storylines progress, and I remember, this was the year 2000. We were starting to close the Attitude Era, and so I remember, I remember The Rock being the poster guy. For the WWE, just seeing him in the previews every time, and then just following what was going on, just kind of being more familiar with the characters. I remember seeing Kane for the first time, just seeing the fireworks, and this big old muscular guy with this devilish mask, and I'm thinking, dang, this is the final boss. Like, this is the person that whoever... who would be The Rock, that whoever would beat at the very end. I see him interfering in the match between Chris Jericho and Rikishi, and I see Chris Jericho grab a chair and then hit him in the head, and it doesn't even affect him. I'm like, this guy is real deal. And then, that's, along the way that influenced the Shadow Dragon character that I use today.
Oh, that's good.
So, and one of the things that I like about wrestling is, besides the storytelling, is they'll leave you on cliffhangers. They're going to want you to, want to tune in the next week. And that's what ended up getting me, I guess you can say, get me started watching wrestling. Okay. And so, and then just renting a few video games from Blockbuster, like, okay, cool. Like, not only do I get to watch the storytelling, but I get to also be part of that storytelling.
Okay, that's cool, man. Hey, do you remember when you cosplay as Kane at the... Do you remember that year? It was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah. So, in case this information needs to go out, I'm also I wouldn't say professional, but I'm also a cosplayer too, which will lead to how the Asian warrior persona started.
I bring that up because do you remember? I don't know if you remember this, but you took a picture with my nephew, and he was a little kid.
Did I?
Yeah, you had a WWE belt, a replica, and you were the masked Kane. And then I was like, hey, can you take a minute? Because I met up with you. This was. I have a photo of it.
I think I vaguely remember that.
I'll show a photo, but I remember you were the full Kane. You actually got on the stage, Kane, and they were doing the cosplay competition, and it was really cool. Yours was really cool. I remember that. But I was like, hey, can you take a picture of my nephew? And he was real little, and you gave him the belt, and then you took a picture with him. I remember. I'll show you a photo when we go to break, But I just remember that, dude. It was funny. But the worst part is because I have an older brother. He's a dick.
Oh, man.
And so I told him. So I showed him a picture. I was like, "Look, it's your son when he was like 6." And then out of nowhere, he just responds, "Gay." And I was like,
"Wow."
He's a jokester, man. But I was like, "Oh, you would say something like that." He was rough to grow up. Well, both my brothers, because you know how the whole it's fake. But
oh yeah, we'll definitely get to that topic too if you want.
Yeah, because they would always watch the how the cameras are rolling and then the backstage stuff, and they're just the storylines. And then my brother was like, both of them, it's fake. I'm over here like, bro, can I please watch this? You know what I'm saying? That sucked growing up.
You know what? Your action heroes are fake. You know, the things you see in movies. You know, your favorite superhero that likes to fly. You know, they have strings attached to them. Yeah, it's obvious that it's fake.
They just what would you call that? That's not fake. It's called. Is that fake? Is that the fake?
So pulling back a little bit of the curtain, we like to say scripted.
Scripted. Yeah.
Yeah, but the things that we do, yeah, once you get into the ring and start training, you'll know that it's far. The things that we do is far from fake.
Yeah. So and they would always watch what I'm watching, but they never saw when they would jump off the ladders. They didn't jump out. They didn't see them going through tables. They never saw that. And I'm like, man, I wish y'all saw that. You know what I'm saying? But I already know. I know how the wrestling stuff works. I know how the business stuff works on the business side of it. But I don't care. I'm just entertained. You know what I'm saying? I had a good
Right.
time. So whenever I saw your event, this was 2 weeks ago. Like I said, I was impressed because there was just, quite a bit of people, and people were so engaged. And to be honest, dude, I was a little worried because I was worried because I feel like the crowd, like some of the crowd, they look like they want to like attack the people. That's what kind of scared me sometimes because I'm like, okay, please don't hurt the wrestlers. You know what I mean? I'm over here because I'm just from a distance.
Well, in a way, it's all about crowd reaction.
Yeah.
And, sometimes that is kind of something that we want. But then, we also have a contingency plan, too. Like, if someone was to be drunk and get in the ring, we have that permission to...
Oh, yeah, and that's cool. That should be allowed, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
I just get kind of worried because I'm like, there's people there, the heels at the Rexoplex, you know what I mean? They're doing their crowd work, and I'm just like, nice, please don't point at me. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And they're doing their thing, and I just see, some people like they stand up and start cussing at the heel, and I'm just like, hey man, don't hurt the wrestler, please. That's how I like. But I mean, obviously they're grown, they're mature.
Oh, yeah,
they're not gonna.
Well, you'll be surprised of what type of wrestling fans are out there.
Really?
I've worked as a heel, a bad guy in other cities too. And,
wow.
Yeah, I've been in a little country town. I'm not gonna point out the town, but I've been in the town and I've gotten go back to where you came from.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay.
Where did I come from? I think Chinese.
Is that what they say? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I even got a TikTok video of that,
That's
which
awful.
is pretty hilarious. But I at least have the courtesy to kind of pixelate the face just so I don't put them on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. That's scary though. But like I said, I thought it was. But I just worried about more of the crowd, not necessarily jumping in the ring, but like how some of y'all have entrances, so y'all walk towards the ring. I just get scared sometimes because like some of these crowds get kind of into it, and I just don't want them to actually attack y'all before y'all get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all can handle yourselves, but I'm just over here like, hey bro, can you relax? Let's have a good time.
Well, you ever heard of any publicity is good publicity?
Yes, I have.
Well, I can't even say that right. But that's what we want. We'd rather have that than just to have dead silent, just. Like, we want noise. We want, to get the crowd engaged to the story, to, cheer for your good guy, boo your bad guy. Like, hey, come on, get up, come on.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, though, man. It was good. When I went, it was great. The wrestlers did great. And I just remember, I want to speak on the first match. I don't know the names. It was a triple threat match. That's when I walked in. This was 2 weeks ago, I think. And I was a bigger guy from Albuquerque, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So, and it was like, I guess bigger guy and then like two cruiserweights. I don't know their names. I'm not familiar. That was my first time, so I'm not familiar with any of those guys. But whenever I was there, it finished off with the guy doing a suplex and a DDT, a double DDT, or it was one of those two, and it was pretty entertaining. And I'm just like, nice. And then everybody, how they hit the mat, bam, and everybody's oh, and then he does it again, oh. Anybody that hits the mat, I'm like, everyone's like, oh, crowd. I'm like, that was a very good match, gentlemen. I'm very proud of you. So that one was really good. My question to you, Sean, is like, so. At WrestlePlex, y'all guys bring people out of town?
Yes.
For that week?
And it's vice versa, too. We go out of town as well. Anytime there's a promotion out there that wants us. And I just recently I was in Houston for the very first time. Oh, bless you.
Excuse me, go ahead.
Bless you.
Thank you. Go on.
So yes, I was in Houston for the very first time, and for those that don't know, Houston was the town I grew up in.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, Friendswood, Webster, Clear Lake area in specific. I went there for one of the promotions over there, Native Ways Entertainment, and so I got to invite some friends, and it was great to see them, and even my English teacher.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they were. Yeah, they got a special treat with seeing the Shadow Dragon,
Nice.
and the thing that made it that much special was that's the persona that I don't really use often. I typically use it for a special occasion, so that's how I seen it as a sign of, you know what, I'm doing something good here.
Okay, nice, man. I forgot you were from Houston. I forgot about that. The violin or whatever. What did you play? A viola? What did you play again? Growing up? I forgot about that.
I played cello, and then
Cello.
for a few years in high school, double bass.
Nice.
That's where I kind of switched off between the two, just because it was more of a as needed.
Sean, here's the thing. Whenever I went to your event, dude, y'all don't do those, crowd work. Oh, not crowd, mic work. Y'all don't do none of that? Because when I got there, it was none of that. It was just straight to wrestling. But y'all don't do that? Like a mic and call out somebody? How does,
we are adapting.
Okay.
Typically, our style is we'll do online promos.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I didn't know none of that.
Yeah, we'll do like online promos, hyping up the next event, and who our opponent is, why our audience should come and see the show.
Okay.
And every now and then, some of us will get on the mic and just tell a story that way as well.
Okay.
We get into the mic, we call out the person, and then the audience is gonna want to come back the next week and I want to see where this leads to.
Okay. No, because when I went, it just straight to the matches. But I'm not aware of what. I just going by what the crowd's going by. Who's the heel and who's the face. So I was just kind of like, okay, this is interesting. But I didn't see any crowd work, so I just was curious as to how that worked. What's that? What mic work, right? Or the
promos?
Yeah, that's what this promos. I didn't see any like calling out so and so, beefing with so and so. I didn't see none of that. So I was just kind of curious as to if y'all do that at all.
Yeah, if I recall, you were at one of the bigger events.
Was it?
I think it was a Saturday event that you went to.
Oh,
so
okay.
So like if you were to look at a WWE pay-per-view, or I guess premium live events as they call it now, you're not gonna see a lot of on the mic.
Oh,
you're gonna because that's where lots of rivalries end.
Yeah,
at these premium live events.
That's right, and that is right.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
Raw, SmackDown, that's where you're gonna see more mic and you tell a story.
Okay,
and
so
then,
that was y'all's pay-per-view, the cage and stuff. That was wild. That was like wow. They really liked. Who was that young man in that cage? If you remember that, it was the first match. I had to leave right after that one.
You're probably talking about Jesse the Kid.
Yeah,
Jesse the Kid James. He's one of our rising stars.
Yeah, crowd was losing their minds with him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a popular one.
You and that man, I remember the crowd was losing their heads. I was like in the, I'm saying, live loud. How does it?
Be loud, be proud.
I heard that so many times. I'm like, I like that. That's what I messaged you. I was like, be loud, be proud.
Yeah.
That was super cool, man.
Yeah, so the guy was from Dallas, by the way, in case you were wondering.
So he came over here?
Yes.
And he started, so y'all do it every week, right? Y'all do it every week?
Yeah, so locally here in Amarillo, we do it every Fridays. That would be the family-friendly event. It's called Outcast Extreme Wrestling Presents Friday Night Fights.
Oh.
And then the last Saturday of each month is our more adult-oriented shows to where we can throw a bunch of F-bombs and you'll see more blood and a bunch of crazy stipulations.
So it's funny though because I remember seeing viewer discretion is advised with that event. I remember the poster and I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, my man didn't think much of it. And there was a bunch of underage people. Which obviously there was parents there. Obviously there was adults there. They were supervised, but I just remember, you know what I'm saying. I just remember the wrestlers, especially the heels. Hey kid, And then you cuss at him, and then the kid would cuss back and throw the finger, and then the parents would be like, "Hey, no!" And I'm just like, but I just started laughing at that stuff because like I saw that and I'm like, "Good job, guys." But again, it's how do I say it? It's part of the promotion, I guess.
Part of the gimmick.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. And yeah, man, all the wrestlers did a good job, man. I was actually really impressed with all of them. The ones that I really liked, I don't know their names, like I said. Going in there, the first match was cool, and then how it ended, it was really great. You don't watch the matches, do you? Because you're backstage. You don't get to watch.
Yeah, we
them?
recently got our backstage monitor working, so
Okay. So you can see what's going on.
yeah, we typically see what's going on, and we can critique each other's matches as well, or just have a good laugh of. If they're popping the boys in the back.
Okay. No, because I just remember the first match, and then the match that kind of stuck in my mind is it was a tables match. It was I forgot his name, but he was super OP. I think against this other dude.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think you're talking about the Sama Tamu and the Ricky Renegade from Albuquerque.
Oh, okay, he's from Albuquerque. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. So what, Sean? Yeah, does he come all the way every week to do a promo to lead up to that event? Is that how that works?
So like I mentioned too, each promotion depends on if you're needed or not, or if you're available. So we are technically freelance workers.
Yes.
We're not contracted.
Okay.
So what we do is we put ourselves out there. We we have a resume. We have highlights, and we'll send it to other promotions, and then they'll give you their dates if they want you, and then you let them know your availability, and of course you're gonna have times where dates are going to intertwine. So it's like, okay, am I going to do this show or am I going to do the one in this city? And, a lot of these more popular wrestlers, sometimes they get double booked and they have no choice but to cancel one of their events.
Okay, so they have to have a backup or something, or just cancel the whole match,
or cancel one so that they can make the other one that they prioritize more.
Okay.
So, but Chewy, he's got good connections with those from New Mexico and some from Oklahoma, Kansas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so we're starting to build a connection with the Houston area, which is pretty good. And I already at that last Houston event, there was so this is where it gets pretty interesting. The last event, another promotion or a few guys from another promotion approached me backstage and say, "Hey, I like your work. We would love to have you on our show." And I'm just like, "Okay, well, give me your social media and what promotion do you work for? I'll check it out, and I would love to come by and work for you guys sometimes."
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So it's all about connections. It's all about networking, and that's why you'll see me post online of these crazy promos that I do just to promote what show I'm doing and who I'm going against and why you should come to the show.
Okay. So now let's go back to this. So that Saturday match, right? You said that every Friday, and then towards the end of the month, you said on the Saturday. That's like
last Saturday of each month.
That's to consider like the pay-per-view, to build up to that day, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you said that those guys from Albuquerque, do they come every Friday and then lead up to that Saturday, or they just come that Saturday?
It's however their availability is pretty much. We'll do exhibition matches and just to kind of lead up to the big pay-per-view. But then you'll have like sometimes we'll check with guys from like Albuquerque, Oklahoma, like, "Hey, are you available? Yeah, you want to come by and wrestle on this Friday?" So like I said, it depends on how often you're available. So
that's cool.
Obviously, since it's a Friday show and people typically work weekdays,
Yes, yeah.
they're not gonna make every single Friday.
Yes.
But then it's whatever is convenient for them.
Okay, because the storyline to that, I mean, like, I was just kind of confused. I was thinking maybe he came every Friday.
No.
Or they did like an online thing every Friday and then just led up to that Saturday. Or it's just straight, oh, this is the first time they meet. Tables match, go. I didn't know how that works.
It can be any.
Oh, it can be any. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. See, that's cool though, man. It like I said, the final product, in my opinion, was really good. That match that I'm talking about, that tables match, it was still a good match. You know what I'm saying? It was still a great match. I just didn't know how the build up to that, how it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that you tell me that, that's cool because usually professionals, they always build it up every week leading up to the pay per view. But here it's just kind of depends. So. That's kind of cool. I just didn't know that.
And that's everywhere too. It's not just us.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's cool. That's actually really interesting, man. Y'all got to go to a match, man. It's actually really cool. You kind of be surprised what they do out there. I just worry about the crowd because I'm like, I worry for the wrestlers because I'm all like, hey guys, stop it. Let them do their thing. And I remember one of the crowds just like, okay, so some of the heels would, crowd like, blah, 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 and then you got the people standing up, cussing out the heels, and I'm like, bro, chill. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt her. You know what I mean? Speaking of her, I really enjoyed the women's match too.
I only got to catch like probably half of it, but from what I've seen, it was pretty good.
No, it was pretty good. I like. Okay, another thing. I love your announcer. Y'all's announcer, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. She's so good with the crowd. She's really good. I don't know her name. Do you know her name?
Lizzie Lyles.
Lyles.
She was actually with us for about a few months.
She is great, dude. Oh my, with mic work. How's everybody doing? Announcing the weighing in at so and so. Please welcome. And I'm like,
let's go.
She's so good, man. Another. The one that made me laugh the most when she introduced the girls. She's like, weighing in at none of your business. I was like, all right, good job. And then the other one comes in, weighing in at also none of your business. Man, she's great with she's great with that mic, man. I want to see more of her either there or anywhere else, but I really like that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Girls like that are cool. And I like the girls' matches too. Very beautiful women. I'm single, by the way, so I'm just, something like that. But
I obviously can't say anything.
Yeah. Okay, you good, man. But
well, I can, but I choose not to.
No, well, I was gonna say that match was also one of the highlights that I enjoyed, especially Mo Red. What's up, girl? And then I had a good. I'm just joking. But anyways, that legit. That was actually a really entertaining match, man. And then the other one. So the first match caught my attention. That girls match and that table match caught my attention a lot. But yours also caught my attention because yours was pretty long. Is that how that works? Like, hey, oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, it's I'm the guy that's you can just say I'm the guy of endurance.
Endurance.
And
okay.
so lately I've just been tested to see if I can actually hang with some of the best.
Okay.
And so most of my matches have been pretty long lately, and just seeing if I'm actually, I guess, up to par with my stamina and conditioning, and just being able to convey to the crowd that, hey, like I worked my ass off to get to this point, and I'm gonna show you how.
Okay. Before we go to Sean Lyles, guys, we're gonna go to break and then we'll thank our sponsors again.
Be loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our sponsors. No, I don't have no sponsors. I'm just joking. Hey, guys, also, I do want to say this to you guys real quick. We are doing a live performance at the end of the show, guys. His name is Starfsh. He's going to play some music for us, man. This is going to be pretty interesting because I never put a DJ on here before. I've usually put acoustics. So let's see how this artist does. But yeah, shout out to you, Starfsh. Don't go anywhere. He's just backstage right now. He will be here. Just letting you guys know, okay? Starfsh will be here. Yeah, dude. Going real quick on Starfsh before we go back to wrestling. Now, this guy, his name is Starfsh. He's EDM. He's really good at what he does. He has a Spotify playlist. It's a different style of music, but it's really good. And then I felt real bad because. So, have you ever heard of Secret Society? Have you ever heard of that?
Secret Society?
You never heard of it?
What genre?
EDM.
EDM.
Yeah, like
Those
hardstyle.
count. Okay.
So basically, no, because they had a little event last night, which was downtown, and it was really cool, man. You need to go to a rave one day, dude. They're fun.
Yeah, I do.
It's like an all age thing. Like there's no, it's not. It's like for everybody, and it's a very friendly environment. I've been to one. It was a festival. It was legit. But anyways, I went to the one. Secret Society had one, and I went to one down. It was downtown, and it was so fun, dude. It was cool. I even brought my nephew. And I was like, this is called a rave. And everybody was having a good time.
Well, I just gotta get to the point where I gotta get out of that mentality of I'm too old for this shit.
You're not though, man. You're staying in shape. You're doing good. Man.
I'm trying. I will in about a few weeks. I'll be 19.
He'll be old enough.
Nah, I'll be 34, but
He's still young. He's still young, guys. He's still young. But no, yeah, going back to that Starfsh guy, I just felt bad because his thing is he loves to perform. He loves to do DJ. He likes to do live events, and he's excited. So there's a lot of artists out here that like rappers and DJs. They love to perform. They do their 9 to 5. Get through that, and then if there's there's a show, do you like to come on? And they like lose their mind. Yes, I'll be happy to. The sad part is that guy. He was excited. He'd been posting about it, and he was talking about it, and he was like, "I'm finally gonna DJ at that event," and I was happy for him. And I was gonna show up to his event. The problem was that he didn't have the right equipment.
Oh man!
And he was so bummed out. He was so sad. So I went up to him. He was at the event. He was there. I showed up later, and he was there. I was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. What happened, bro? What happened?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't have the right equipment to connect to the speakers." And I was like, "No." And then he was telling me that the venue tried to help him, and he tried everything, but he couldn't get what he wanted. He couldn't get it connected. So he was real sad, dude. And I told him, I was like, "Listen, man, come to my show. We'll do an event for you, and then put your music out there on the internet." And cool. I told him that. So yeah. So after here at the end of the show, bro, when you're done, he'll be on, and then just enjoy some music, man.
And I get to meet him, right? No, probably not.
Not tonight. No, he'll be. He's backstage, 10 p.m. backstage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to meet him, man. What do you have?
Facebook, Instagram, and we'd love to bring him to some of the shows too, to DJ.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that would be a good opportunity for both sides.
Yeah. If you want to get a hold of, he loves to perform, and he'll be very happy to. But I'm just saying, shout out to you, Starfsh. Can't wait to have your music on here. Sean Lyles will be very happy to listen to it. Okay. And but yeah, dude, sorry, but so just wanted to shout him out because he's a good man, and I really want him to succeed. Okay, now going back to wrestling, Sean. So now, what got you? Because we talked about what like kind of started you, but what got you to actually perform in a ring? What was it that like? What was the first like? You know what I'm saying? The story like what? Not like your. Well,
I get you. What you're saying.
What got you? What got you started? Basically,
what got me started? Okay, so I was. Graduating college 2019. Wow. And so I was in a dark place at that point. I had lost my job at one of the local call centers.
Remember that?
Yeah, they closed their doors, and then just dealing with the stress of graduating, going through high and hell, trying to make sure I graduate, having to fight with some of the professors. Like, hey, this isn't cool, and you didn't explain this assignment thoroughly, but I've done all you need, and then just making sure that I get to the point that I do graduate, and then graduation's supposed to be a big thing, right?
Yes.
And so the people that meant a lot to me wasn't really there, and so that was pretty discouraging. So it was at that point where it's like, you know what? I'm done trying to be successful for others. Mm-hmm. So I want to do something that I want to do. Mm-hmm. And so I went to a Comic-Con in Lubbock.
Oh, okay.
It was a Hub City Comic-Con, and one of the promotions there, Rampage Wrestling, were doing some matches there. They even had a booth for tryouts.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? It doesn't hurt. I'll just do it for the hell of it and, just check out some of the matches. And then I'm looking at some of these guys. They're talented, but I just thought to myself, you know what? if I worked hard enough, maybe I can be more talented than them. And one of the things that have discouraged me from being a wrestler earlier was, I'm 5'6", 150, 160. So I'm obviously not a big guy. And then you look at the WWE, these guys are like 6 feet tall, over 200 pounds. And it's like, you know what? I'm probably never going to be a wrestler. But then, I look at some of the local guys and it's like, you know what? Maybe I can do this. So I went to one of their tryouts and then I remembered, okay, you know what? I think Amarillo has a local promotion. So I'm going to check them out. And I went to their Saturday shows, let some of the workers there know that, hey, I'm thinking about being a wrestler. And so had to save up to do some classes. And yeah, you can say the rest is history.
Yeah, you got a name for yourself. So I'm just kind of. Yeah, you went from that to, hey, look, it's Sean Lau. Sean Lau. Okay, and I like your Luke King, right? Your little.
Yeah. So about that, how that persona came about, the Asian warrior Sean Lau, and I'll have you know that I've only meant for that persona to be temporary.
Oh.
But you already saw the reaction it got. It got popular to the point that it still exists today. It's a good and a bad thing for me, but I digress. How that came about, you guys already know that I am a cosplayer now. And so I was 3 weeks into training. This was still 2019, December. 3 weeks into training, it was the Christmas show. And typically at the Christmas show, you have this big battle royal. And I was asked if I wanted to be part of it. I'm like, sure. And they're like, okay, do you have any gear? And my fast thinking, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I did cosplay as Liu Kang. What if I just show up in my Liu Kang cosplay without the long-haired wig? And and some of the people in the back, they're like, I want so bad to hate your gear, but it looks pretty damn awesome. And so yeah, I came out swinging my nunchucks and just went in and out of the ring in 1 minute. And so then COVID happened and you already know businesses weren't running, and but yeah, I was still determined to get into the ring. My first singles match was a guy named Phoenix. He's from Lubbock, the American Tragedy Phoenix, and it ended up being a squash match. I was in black tights and black leggings and just trying to get some reps in. So the very next week, so I ended up getting a serger, a sewing machine, and yes, I do my own cosplay. I ended up modeling my gear after Liu Kang because I figured that's how people remembered me. So I had like a prototype. And then here's an interesting fact for you guys, and some of the wrestlers don't even know this either. So I made my gear, but it wasn't done. It wasn't fully done. Like there were still some things that needed, I guess, more security. But then I just showed up to a Saturday of the show for some training in my gear, and I just wanted to kind of move around the ring with it. Like I said, it wasn't done yet. But then some of the higher ups came in. Our booker, Jay Hazard, came and looked at me. He goes, "Sean, you look badass." I'm like, "Thank you. Let's go ahead and get you a match."
All right.
I'm like, "Cool. My gear's not done, but I'll take it."
Okay.
And so that's how Sean Lau was born. And like I said, I only meant for it to be temporary because I wanted to do a more darker approach once I get more reps. Once because I went in thinking that I was gonna lose every single match for a while because like you gotta kind of pay that due. But then I ended up winning that match, and then that character started being popular, so it was pretty much there to stay.
Okay, that's nice.
So that's why Sean Lau has existed for 4 years now.
4 years now, nice, man. And you have a name for yourself around here, or around that area, or the WrestlePlex and everything?
Yes, yeah, the WrestlePlex, and then anywhere else that I'm normally booked to. It's part of getting that first impression, being able to impress that audience, because if you don't get a good impression, initial impression, then they're not gonna want you back. So I have to make sure that I get people wanting to take pictures during intermission and just saying, "Hey, I loved your match. You did great."
Okay. Do the heels? Do they get out there too? Or
it's one of those situations where it depends.
Okay.
It depends on their character. Like my Shadow Dragon character, I don't interact much.
Okay.
I'd prefer to kind of hold that mystique because like this guy doesn't really talk, and it would be weird if I went out there selling my selling my merch and just talking normal.
Just like imagine like you're the bad guy cussing out at the crowd and then go, "Hey guys, sign my merch." Like that seems a little odd in my opinion. But but that's just funny though. Not funny. That's just cool though. I remember one of my best friends. He was deep into wrestling, just like what you do now. Mm-hmm. He was on his way to do that, and he would now. Understandably, wrestling's how it is, you know what I'm saying? But he was like a hardcore deep into it, arguing with everybody, saying it is 100% real. But we're talking about like I remember, how, because he would show me videos of how you're introduced into the mat and falling on the mat, and he would always be like, "Okay, when you fall on the mat," and tell me if this is true. You know how you fall on the mat in the ring, does that kind of hurt a little bit or not necessarily?
Yes. Initially, especially if you're not athletic, if you don't start out athletic, it's going to hurt. Even running the ropes hurts.
Really?
So I'm going to pick your brain for a bit. What do you think the canvas is made out of?
What's the canvas now?
Yeah, the mat.
Wood?
So the platform that we get slammed on, what do you think it's made out of?
Like not, I don't know what kind of metal it'll be, but like a softer metal, plastic maybe.
Well, it's definitely not trampoline.
Yeah.
So basically, the outer ring is metal, obviously.
Okay.
So you get a few bars, and then you get wooden boards.
Okay.
With a thin piece of mat on top.
Okay.
So that.
Okay, so it would hurt. Okay, and that makes it. But y'all guys are used to it, right? Y'all.
Oh yes. Over time, whenever you learn to fall properly, you're gonna build callus on your back, so that you're used to it.
Okay.
But then, like you think about Kurt Angle. Whenever he came back to the WWE, he hadn't wrestled in forever, and then once he had his first match, it definitely did not feel good to him, and his body became arthritic, and he couldn't move like he could because he took that much time off, and now he had no choice but to retire.
Okay, yeah. Now I learned that you have to get in shape to be in the ring. Like
oh, definitely.
I didn't know that. I thought it was cool. But now going back to my buddy, everything was completely 100% real. He's all like, they grab your back, like they throw you on the ropes, you come back, they get behind you, and they put your arm up against and you're supposed to make noise, but the wrestler will pick it up to where it hurts so bad you'll make noise. And then he was telling me the mat, it's all real, bro. It's super thin, and I'm just I'm over here like, I don't care. Let me just enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, at the time, he's not like this no more. But at the time, he was like, dude, 100% real. Everything. I don't care what people say. It is real. Again, he's not like this no more. But back then, he was like, dude, it's okay. I know it's.
Well, you can make it as real as you want it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all about the story you tell.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Oh, and I always wanted to ask you this. I want to ask you this. Have you worked with wrestlers that are hard to work with? You know what I mean? Like, can they injure?
You're going to get those because you're dealing with lots of different personalities. You're going to deal with lots of different egos. You're going to get those that, you think of it as a dog eat dog world.
Okay.
Of course, each of us are going to want to try to get to the top, and then you're going to get those that will step on toes to get to the top. And there are going to be some people that are going to be tough to work with, and it's a lot of it is, like, are they willing to cooperate, or are they going to go into business for themselves?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I was just curious because I remember this was on your personal Facebook. You mentioned someone that is hard to work with that injures other people. This was years ago, 2 years ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, wrestlers like that, do promotions pick up on that and say,
Yes,
hey, release them?
definitely.
Okay.
And because other promotions are watching too. Even folks from the WWE are going to be watching. They're going to be, because what they're doing is they're scouting. They're scouting talents. And yes. And speaking of the WWE, we will have former WWE superstar Kazarni in the house the 27th and the 28th. So be there or be square.
No, what's his name?
You remember Kazarni?
I don't. What year was he?
He is Sin Bodhi now.
Sin Bodhi.
But he was around the Ruthless Aggression era. He had one match with MVP.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice, man. Well, looking forward to him. I might be there, hopefully. What year? What day? What day and what?
So the Friday show on the 27th.
Of this month?
And the Saturday show on the 28th, which is my birthday, by the way. I can't believe I just advertised that.
Happy birthday. He's old enough, guys. Old enough, like me. Old enough. He's not 34. He's old enough. That's what I tell people. Old enough. So if they're like, "How old are you, Sean?" Old enough. That's all I tell. That's what I tell them. But,
cool. Yeah, I'll have to use that sometimes.
Yeah, it's obviously. And then and that's what I wanted to ask you. So now you're on the topic of WWE, professional stuff, right? So how, like, a man like you can get into the professional? How does that work? Is there like a tryout somewhere, or do they just like scout and, hey, we saw you, we want you to try out here? How does that work?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Oh, you're okay.
But
okay.
I do know that you do send in your information. It's like applying for a job. You send in your information, you send your highlights, and then I'm pretty sure that they'll contact you if they want to use you. I've actually had a few buddies that's been on WWE TV, maybe as a security or like as an extra, that has that's a backstage person.
Yeah.
And and I guess that's how you pay your dues there. Okay. You'll probably be one of the security guards that get beat up, or one of those local talents.
Okay.
That would get squashed by one of the green giants that they're trying to push.
Okay. That's cool, man. I honestly, Sean, I'd love to see you like somewhere in the professional league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hope to at least get to the point of just being a backstage person. But I definitely would not rule out being in Ring of Honor or AEW Dark if they're still doing their Dark shows. Because I've had a few buddies that's been on Dark as well.
Yeah.
And one of my main goals for right now is to try to get to Japan.
Nice.
Or anywhere out of the country. I know Mexico is probably going to be one of those that's going to be on my bucket list. But I definitely want to go to Japan and make a bigger name there.
Okay. All right, cool, man. So, Sean, closing off with this, man. For you, what's next, man? What are you gonna do next? What's for the future? What's the future for you, man? What do you think?
Well, the future is, like I said, I'm gonna try to travel more, try to network, try to get to more places, and then eventually maybe even be on the PWI top 500. Probably be on some local TVs, maybe even be on a few, maybe be in a few matches with some of these higher up companies like Ring of Honor, AEW, TNA.
I just want you to understand. I have faith that I know you can be there. You know.
Thank you.
And I would love to see you out there, so I can be like, yeah, I know this man. He's really good. I saw his match. I'm gonna see another one hopefully.
Yeah, it all starts in here.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So and I appreciate you coming on here, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Your wrestling buddies, they're welcome to come. I have an extra chair. I got a bigger table. We can bring up to 4. But I'm just saying, man, love to have you again. And again, if you want to get any of your wrestling buddies on here, you know what I'm saying, they're welcome to. You know what I'm saying?
Good deal. And just to let the audience know, OXW, Outcast Extreme Wrestling, we run every Friday locally. And we have one Saturday, typically the last Saturday of each month, more adult-oriented, 2650 Dumas Drive, across from Wonderland.
Check it.
Hamlet Shopping Center.
Check it out, guys. It's worth it. Links will be in the description down below. Sean, what do we follow you at again?
So if you go to Facebook, of course you'll go by my ring name, Sean Lau. Instagram, Sean Lau Asian Warrior. TikTok. Actually, I'll have to take a look at my phone real quick.
You good, man?
Sorry, yeah, I got a bunch of.
Like I said, man, links in the description down below. Go ahead and check out Sean. Like I said, it'll be in the link. Also, this will be available on YouTube and Spotify, guys. So, where is it, Sean? Where are you looking?
Yeah, Sean Lau Asian Warrior. So for Instagram, for TikTok, and then YouTube, I believe it's also Sean Lau Asian Warrior. Asian is AZN.
Yes, sir.
All one word.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for being here. And yeah, like I said, bring your if any more wrestle buddies want to be on here, but they're more than welcome to. Okay?
Heck yeah, I'll definitely talk with them and bring them by. Yeah, and in closing, remember to be loud, be proud.
Thank you guys so much, man. Stick around, guys. Starfsh is up next. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, comment, boys. Starfsh is going on now. All right. See y'all later.